Hi viewers, I'm going to talk about sentence stress. Now, each word in an English sentence will have its own level of stress, but it's not easy to know what that stress level is. So today I would like to show you a simple sentence and analyze why it has its stress level. Now, English sentences could have as many as 4 stress levels. And here I've made the marks that I'll use to identify the stress level and number it 1, 2, 3, and 4. These two are the strongest stress, and we call them stressed. These two are the weakest stress, and we call them unstressed, with this being the most stress, the strongest stress, and this being the weakest stress. I want to show you the difference between these two. And the sentence that I've chosen, "We can go," will show you that there is a difference between the weakest stress and this also weak stress. This sentence begins with a pronoun, then it has a modal, can, and then it has the main verb. First, let's look at the pronoun. All pronouns in English are unstressed in sentences, but they don't always have this stress or this stress. When they are the subject of the sentence, they will have stress number 3, and I put the little mark up here. If they're in another position in a sentence, they may have the weakest stress. But in this pattern, in this type of sentence, where the pronoun is the subject, it is going to have number 3 stress. Okay, next let's look at can. Can is a modal. Modals are unstressed. And here you can see that can is very weak. But I'd like to talk a little bit more about can. If you look at can in the dictionary, and I'm pronouncing it can because I'm talking about one word, can, not in a sentence, then you will have this pronunciation with the full vowel a, can. So I'll say the word can. But when it goes into a sentence, we have to apply sentence stress. Not word stress, but sentence stress. And when we have the weakest stress on a word in a sentence, that word is going to be very much shortened. The vowel is going to change, and the pronunciation will sound very different. So in a sentence, can, a modal, unstressed, will sound like can or ken, ken or ken. If you make can negative, negatives are stressed in English sentences. So we don't reduce the word can't. We keep the same vowel as the dictionary. Can't, can't. And if we say cannot, 2 syllables, then the first syllable is going to be weak, and the negative second syllable is going to be stressed, strong. Cannot, cannot. Okay, so you can see that in this pattern, using the word can, that this is going to be the weakest word. And if you use other modals, it will be similar. But can is especially weak. Then we have the main verb, and verbs are stressed. So go has the strongest stress. We can go. We can go. Okay, here I have put some examples of similar sentences with the same pattern. And I will pronounce those so that you can hear the stress pattern in this particular structured sentence. I can wait. You can try. He can type. She can play. It can fly. We can go. They can watch. Now, sometimes the main verb will have more than one syllable. And in that verb, the primary syllable will get the strong stress. Also, in any sentence, the stressed words, the last stressed word will get a little more stress. So in this sentence, we only have one. So not only is go going to have this strong stress from the levels of stress, but it's going to have even a little more because it's the final stressed word, in fact, the only one. Here we have two syllables. The first syllable is the primary syllable. So this is going to get the strongest stress. I can answer. You can measure. He can whistle. She can promise. It can weaken. We can listen. They can study. In this group, we have the main verb, but the primary stress is on the second syllable in this verb. I can reply. You can decide. He can survive. She can observe. It can begin. We can prepare. They can react. And, of course, we can have multiple syllables. And here we have three, where the middle syllable is the primary stress syllable in the word remember. So it will be the strongest stress in the sentence. I can remember. You can imagine. He can revisit. We can continue. It can distribute. We can examine. They can deliver. Now, this is the basic structure. This is the basic sentence stress. But you can change it if you want to emphasize, if you want to emphasize one of the words. And you do that because you are adding meaning. So if I say we can go, putting very big stress on we can go, that means that I am telling my listener, pay attention because you may have the wrong information. They may say, we can't go. I say, we can go. We can go. Or I can say, I can put stress on can. Same thing. We can go. Yes, we can go. You're wrong. We can go. So emphasis will allow you to put very big stress on one word if you want to call attention to that word for your listener or correct your listener. I hope you'll give these a practice and see if you can get the right stress level for each word. We can go. We can go. Thanks for watching, and thanks for learning English.